Hello, my people. Good day to you all. Edo Pride is here again with Oga Ogbe. Una welcome. I want to use this time to greet una. Make una enter. Make we ride the bandwagon. They go. Egi moto seria. Oluku Joshua. Maka. Uniben Gate. ring road. So enter. Make una enter.
Yeah.
Make una enter. Oga Ogbe, how you dey?
We thank God. We bless God for everything. I want to thank all our viewers again.
Our people enter. As soon as they fly in, una go say hi. Make I for say hi back. Oga Ogbe, he want love una today. Quick, Mona just please say hi. Una go like he forget. Mr. Monday they there forget. Go open gate for una. Go your press like na enter. Ring road. Make get junction. What there? Get here.
Again, let's thank. I want to thank our viewers because they're doing a great job. They've been able to stay by us. We've done a whole lot. We've done fundraising. We've been trying to bring to bear the situation in our dear state. That we pray to God that God will take care of our states.
Amen. Sonny Demi, I see you. Benny Davis. Oh, my good guy, my Beanie guy. I see you. You do well. Oh, God bless you. Oga Ogbe.
Yes,
we see they wait for more, but I dey think say they go soon come. APC member wait there here. Mona say hi. Make I love una back. It no matter. Just enter. They don't see you. Just use that style. You don't near that gate, that white gate. Just use that one like Bella. When I am your girlfriend, you when you worry, who I call out where then you come greet us or you will come sit down a family meeting. My people where I never share to. Oh, you see what I forget. I not tell Ajibola say I don't enter life. I bet 1 second, Oga, Mona go like. May I quick share them. I beg.
Yeah, let me go and like.
They wait for me. Yeah, they wait for me. Make I share. Me no, they remember. Make I quick share them. We don't enter life. Voila. Any Oshoribo. Good evening to you. Good evening, my brother or my sister. I'm not gonna know whether I'm a girl or boy, but are they here for this side though? I am hailing you. God bless you. God bless you as you come in. Please help me share so that we'll be many here to receive the good news. I beg, help me share.
Okay, so I like and shared already. So
you don't like, Oga, you don't like.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm trying to like and share.
You don't like me, I report myself. I don't know why they forget. And I mean the tell person wey they like. Hey, please like and share. Almost done. I just want to send that to my people. Make them know say I dey here. Ugele, I dey here. Make una come. Make una enter. Quick. My older brother. Make una enter. Una well done. I will see you.
I'm still sharing here. So
I will see you. Thank you so much. Okay. I was just sharing to Oga Tony. You don't enter. Oga sir, I salute to see your brother for high chair. He there for high court. High court where they don't know. Don't
my brother Ajibola, I greet you.
Now well done, welcome. Augusta, so let me bring you up to speed. And Makala Yedore Negege. On Friday, not be yesterday, be Friday. They passed one bill for Senate of all the plethora of problems that we have. Senate passed it. I think it has passed the second reading. Say they go jail non-voters. They are making voting compulsory, and they are telling you now that if you don't go and vote, you're going to go for 6 months in jail and a fine of 100,000 or so. Is there an option? I don't know. So me come they talk. I say, waiting be all this one. We get many problems. Now this one, the company we talk for when we go enter. Me, I just quick play one pekere video for you. Now when does make you see waiting they happen here.
Citizens, our brothers and sisters, to come out and try out the system by means of their right to vote. How do we encourage them to even come and join us in political offices? It's not the problem mandating citizens to vote. There's no problem making it compulsory for citizens to vote. But a situation where citizens have lost confidence in their vote, it becomes a problem.
Okay.
A very serious problem. And as such, Mr. Speaker, while we are making a law to make voting compulsory, we should also make a law that will make the votes of citizens count. The last election, Mr. Speaker, we can all say without shying from the truth, INEC chairman and all the INEC officers went around the country carrying out campaigns that their vote will count, giving all set of promises, and at the end, we saw something else. So while we are seeking to make it...
Okay, so Ogasa, na him be the thing where I can't tell you. So God bless that man, not know his name for Green Chamber. Not be National Assembly be that.
Yes.
So he say, what is the effect? You go and vote, and it doesn't count at the end of the day. And now they are mandating citizens to vote. Make you choke mouth, sir.
Yes. Again, let me thank our viewers.
Thank you.
You see, we are gradually descending into fascism. Pure fascism, nothing different. Fascism is like a far-right political idea, and it is characterized by authoritarianism. When you look at what is happening today, when there are two groups of people in Nigeria, the so-called elite, those who get away with everything, they are trying to get away from their irresponsibilities. This group of people that call themselves the leaders of Nigeria, those who hold political positions and all that, they have seen what is happening in Nigeria, and they benefited. It benefits them.
Yes.
So because it benefits them, so they have decided now that, okay, what do we do in order to continue to sustain their idea that benefits them? If I'm a voter, the other day, look at it. Canada voted in, just the point of digression, the vote here in Canada, this was the highest number of votes ever recorded in Canada. Canada was faced with threat from the United States. And everyone, I wouldn't say everyone, a lot of citizens deemed it necessary that they have to go and vote so that their voice will be heard. And their voice was heard loud and clear. Elections were held even with 5 different or 6 different time zones. Within a very short period of time, the results were out there.
Okay.
We've not had cases of people going to court back and forth and on and on and on and on. So when you go back to our own jurisdiction in Nigeria, number one, it is the responsibility of the green and red chambers to ensure that INEC cleans up that voters register. For a very long time, let me go back to my state, Edo State. The voters register has been saying that Edo South has about 1.5 million registered voters. The Edo Central, about 400,000 registered voters. And Edo is the Isako has about 390,000 registered voters. And the Akoko Edo side of it, they have about 401 thereabout registered voters. So these figures, when was it last reviewed?
You don't tell.
So it is their duty to put pressure on government institutions to begin to review those registers. That's one. Because we hear of this jackpot, people are leaving Nigeria daily, and that register shouldn't remain the same. You remember when the obedient movement came into Nigeria, and it was like a wildfire. A lot of young people decided to go and register. They wanted to vote. What happened? INEC came back and told those same people that they will not be able to
just
ensure that they have a voters card (PVC) by the time elections will be held. What message are you sending to these same people? Whereas if the electoral umpire is really serious about ensuring that votes count, so a lot of people went out there to go and register. They were just told that unfortunately we cannot ensure that you have your voters card. Now, those people that voted, elections, we saw what happened in Nigeria. We even saw in some places where people were driven back because they look like Mama Chukudi. They should not vote. We all saw it. Those TV screenshots are everywhere.
Yes.
They were not, in some places, those people that look like Mama Chukudi, they were not allowed to vote.
They were not allowed to vote in some
yes.
areas.
Then we have seen the use of force, where we have security agencies being used to intimidate people, certain people from a certain area not to vote, where some of them consider as their strength. And those areas, there are some people that will not be allowed to vote so as not to change the outcome. Then again, we have seen a lot of court pronouncements. So when you look at the array of all these problems that are there, what are the incentives that are there for a Nigerian to go out there and vote?
Nothing, sir.
Yes, there are.
There's no need voting.
It does not make any sense.
No.
For
after you spend your days, your time, and then they won't count.
It does not make any sense for our legislative chambers to begin to make laws that they cannot enforce. It does not make sense. So there's voter apathy. What the chambers should be doing, if not because of the fact that they are embracing fascism and this their dictatorial tendency, I think what they should have been addressing is what are the things that contribute to this voters apathy across Nigeria. In 2023, INEC said Nigeria had about 90 million
registered voters.
That's what INEC told us. Out of those 90 million registered voters, today we have a president in Aso Rock that was elected with less than 10% of the total registered voters in Nigeria. And that president says that he claims that he has mandate to actually govern Nigeria. He has less than 10% of total registered voters. Because sometimes you hear all these people, they say what they say. We all know what is right. They are very intelligent. I don't take it away from them. But the fact is that they have a business. They have aims and objectives to accomplish. Otherwise, when you have a president of any country being elected with less than 10% of total registered voters, that is a shame.
It's a shame, but they don't. What you mean by shame to them? Now you know.
So now,
how will you go cry, tire?
Yeah, and let us go back and break down those figures. Out of those voters, those that voted, we have a total of, when you put all the votes all together, it was less than about 30%, of the total number of registered voters who voted.
Yeah.
So if the figures that the statistics that INEC is telling us, if it is correct, Nigerians, they are saying 10 how many years imprisonment, even if it is 1 day imprisonment that they are going to give all Nigerians, do we have the facility to to occupy all these so-called prisoners.
Do they even know what they are saying? They
Yes,
just want to, make us angry more, the more.
Exactly.
You're talking to angry and hungry people. Where will it go? It's going to just fly over my ears and make me even more angry. When you have not taken the Nigerian the leaders, they've not taken responsibility for this INEC problem. We keep voting and INEC keep destroying our votes.
Exactly.
Our votes don't count. I mean, but they are now mandating us to vote.
Let us go back to
I want us to move on quickly.
Okay, all right. If we go back to our Edo election, this Edo election, you see what happened. I have so many friends in Benin who said, under these circumstances, they will never go and vote anymore.
You see,
so that voter apathy.
There's nothing you can tell them, especially the youth. They don't believe it.
It's going to further drop. So I will leave it at that.
Yeah,
they don't know what
because of time constraints.
Yes.
My people, let me love you. Efeturi Elezo, thank you. You are here. Please, did you like Baba Osamo Agbo? I salute. I truly salute for you. Faith, my daughter, how are you? Pastor Sobasuyi, welcome. Evans, Itwao, Anthony Ajibola, thank you so much. Wayawese, Wanarena. Area Mama was off last week. I know you guys waited. I beg, no verse. And I couldn't send a message out. I was too busy. Let's go on a quick break, sir. When we come back, then we go to Edo State.
Okay.
Right? Welcome back to Edo Pride. Now here they say the cocoa truth. Okay, not cocoa way in another. Why I will say please, if you haven't liked, please. I just reminded you now. Go and like and share so that others can be part of this good news. Not be only our ears go hear now. Okay, moving on, and I want to bring you up to speed in Edo State, our dearest state with the one square for our hands. Ajibola is saying the lawmaker proposing that bill is only showing how much they disrespect Nigerians. Thank you. I know because they don't care about us, they don't care about our welfare. They're only talking about vote.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that when we have our time. So yesterday again, the High Court in Edo North, High Court Magistrate High Court in Edo North, court Monday to size. He reinstated I don't know how many of them reinstated the impeached local government chairman in Esako, which is Edo North. So when I saw the news, I was happy a little because there's a glimmer of hope for us. We're okay, and now when you get then you now choke mouth into it.
Good news from the judiciary after the chief Justice of the Federation said he was going to sanitize the judiciary, that the judiciary is not going to be looked at in that kind of a demeaning way, And today from Edo State, we're hearing some good news from, I think, Esako West. The court sitting in Edo State in Auchi Division has reinstated the chairman and the vice chairman of the local government, saying they were illegally removed from office by impeachment. A lot of stories that came from there. First is what on the House of Assembly that recommended for them for suspension, and the governor suspended them. Then after a while, we got to find out that they now started using the legislative arm of the local government, the councillors, to impeach the chairman. Now today there's some good relief for some of those chairmen, or for a particular local government chairman, that he will be returned. And the judge directed that the police should ensure that they return back to their office in safety. That's some good news coming out from judiciary and in Edo State as well.
Yeah, each time you have a case at the High Court, people always think it's already determined because most cases they're always under the control of the governor.
Yes.
But to see a Edo State High Court taking a decision that is in direct opposition to the wishes of the governor. It is remarkable. You know, it is very, very remarkable. Reinstating Zabiri Marvelous as the chairman of Esako West local government, alongside with Deputy Benji. You know, anyone would pick kind of courage from these people. You know, we always losing hope. We find ourselves in the utter of all hope is lost. There's no point. Political solution. And Nigeria keeps getting worse by the day. Nigeria keeps getting worse by the day. People acting like they are conquered. If you go to judiciary, there's no hope. I say, let's keep going to this judiciary. At a point, they themselves will realize that they need to do something else.
So, because of time again, it's on YouTube. You guys can watch the full video. And over the week, this coming week, we will talk about this. Ogasa, the two things I pick from there, Niwaka don't like. Number one, or where people keep losing hope and they keep giving up, they act like defeated people. All right, well, let's keep going to that judiciary. One day they will wake up and see where they are not doing it right and they will change. Then number two, or where the police should ensure that they go back to their offices safely. Because that's another point of the directive, and I really love that. You want to add your thoughts?
Yes, I want to give credit to Justice Obayiwana for giving that.
Yes, he did well.
Justice Obayiwana.
Yes.
See, I have
different from the narrative. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that we have a whole lot of Justice Obayiwana out there in the bench. Therefore, this whatever we are going through now, because I don't see anything. I mean, there are some certain actions that you take, and those actions you point to the law and say this is what the law says. But when you look at Edo State today, nothing shows that it's a lawless society. People just come and say anything, do anything. We are in a new law, ever. There are so many things that has been done in our state. I will always repeat that I'm not a member of PDP. I'm not a member of any political party. I'm an Edo man, and I want Edo to do well. That is my priority. So when you look at what has been happening, this governor that is inept, he doesn't know his left from his right. He doesn't know what he's doing. I said it in this program one time. I said, he thinks that he is the law, but he is not the law.
De facto.
Yeah, so he thinks that he's the law. He has all the powers. No, of course you don't. You swear an oath to uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So when you go out there with the the Speaker of the House of Edo State House of Assembly, and you begin to concoct some stories and you go to court with it. We saw how local government chairmen, these are elected people, how they were removed from office, cooked up a whole lot of things and removed them from office. See, I understand that the law, the wheel of the law, it grinds slowly. So we are beginning to, it grinds very slowly. So we are beginning to see that, yes, at least a judge has decided now that, hey, no, this direction you are going, that is not the way. In any constitutional democracy, you don't have to automatically become a one-party. Everybody becomes a member of one political party to be able to administer, to be able to run a state. Of course not. You will have opposition and all that. You have to coexist with everybody and work with everybody and move the state forward. That's a good development. And I pray that there are so many other Justice Obayiwana that is out there, people who will not truncate justice. I hope they are all out there and they begin to make pronouncement. And I will encourage all other local government chairmen to go out there. For those who have not gone to court, go to court and challenge the actions of the state governor and the Edo State House of Assembly, because he said they were insubordinate. No, they are not subordinate to you. These are elected, because we have 3 tiers of government in Nigeria. So these tiers of government, we have the federal government, we have the state government, and we have the local government. So the local government is the nearest government to the people. So you can't just wake up in the morning like one individual woke up in the morning and remove the state governor. Therefore, a state governor will wake up in the morning and go to any local government where, I mean, he's not happy with that person and with the local government chairman and say no. That's the reason why we have state institutions. If there are issues like corruption, there are people to there. I mean, we have EFCC, ICPC. There are different institutions of government that is capable of handling those things. So what we are seeing is more or less like anarchy. People just wake up in the morning and do anything. So I thank Justice Obayiwana for what he did, and I pray more of those Justice Obayiwana. They are out there and they'll make pronouncements soon.
I also want to say I salute. My heart I dug for you, Justice Obayiwana, for not following the narrative, because so many people have lost hope. And so many, they just give up. And I want to say shame to the Edo State Attorney General, Samson Osagie, for defending this lawlessness that took place in Edo. He has been defending Monday because he has to secure his seat as the Attorney General. So I don't really know what is going to happen now. From here, sir, can you now deduce that you can allude to the fact that these people now, the rest that are in Edo South, are they going to follow the same route? Or the judges are going to play wayo again?
You see, what I understand that because it's a high court, state high court, so they might want to appeal it.
Okay.
They might want to appeal it. It's normal in Nigeria. Everything goes to the extent. If two men are fighting over a piece of land, it ends up in the Supreme Court.
Okay, so right now they will not be reinstated until the appeal case is done.
I mean, depends on if the state wants to appeal. If they don't want to,
because he said the police should make sure.
Yes, that's very,
they
very
go
sound.
to their office safely.
Yes, that's a very, very sound judgment.
Yeah.
So let us see. Let us see what happened, because just Obayiwana made it clear. He didn't just pronounce. He went through the filings and he went through everything, how they arrived at where they are. And that's when he begins to, this is against the law of the land. This one is against the law of the land. You can, I mean, like I said, from the little that we know from the outside, if there are issues of corruption, there are agencies to take care of them.
Exactly.
So you have to, it's just like, for example, someone is alleging that a Edo State governor has done 1, 2, or, you don't just, the federal government cannot just say, okay, fine, we understand that you took a certain amount of money, therefore you are removed. No, you don't do that. So because he has immunity, you wait. When the time comes, you prosecute him. So if it is someone that doesn't have immunity, then you take him to court. If the court pronounces him guilty, then you follow. Because what we are seeing in Edo State is that the judiciary has been rendered useless, and they are sitting in the back burner. The executive have, they pocketed the judiciary, and I'm glad that someone is
picking up.
Yeah,
someone is rising up to what we can also hold and say, okay, Okpebholo, not all of them are Judas. There's one that we can also be proud of. Anyway, for me, it's a glimmer of hope. I'm happy. But I just hope I don't know if they want to appeal it. I want these guys to return back to their offices. And the question I was asking just now is, are they going to hold on until after the appeal? You said that depends if...
Yes. This is where I faulted Phyllis Shaibu. You got a judgment. You call it declarative judgment, whatever it is. And you just came and you just say, that's brigandage. Yeah. So in this case, the judgment has been given. So there's a certain period of time which, if the state doesn't appeal, then that judgment stays. So if the judgment stays, then they go to take the CTC as usual. That's what is normal. Take that CTC, go to the bailiff section of the court.
They have 14 days.
Yes, so go to the bailiff section of the court after that 14 days. Then you go and execute your judgment. These individuals cannot go and carry some set of agbe
by themselves.
By themselves and say, oh, I want to come and say, no.
I reinstate
So,
myself.
yeah, if that 14 days expires and there's no appeal, then they take that CTC, go to the bailiff of the court, they go to execute judgment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now, my people, I should now they follow. Waiting, they happen. Pizza Italia, I greet you. Bless you. Bless you so much. Bless you, my new people here. Please like and share. Oga, so you were going to take us to the mayhem,
yes,
the demolition in Edo State. Let's talk about Nigeria. I hear you. We're asking for electoral reform. We'll talk about that when we are going to leave.
Okay.
He just want to run through his topic. We're going to revisit that. Yeah.
Yes, the topic that it touches my heart so much. It burns my soul that every day you turn on to to TV and stuff.
Raise your volume, sir.
Oh, okay. So can you hear me louder now?
Yes, good.
Okay. So I hear that every day you hear that the governor of the state has destroyed one house, or houses have been destroyed in Edo State, and on and on and on. It burns me. I mean, yeah, it is not okay with me. I'm an Edo man, and I'm a proud Edo man. In our Edo, those people that understand Edo, our culture, there's what we call Owanogbe Kuyero. Our ancestors, all of our forefathers, we have an oral tradition. So we don't have a written constitution. I can assure you that what I was taught in my home is exactly the same thing that you were taught in your own home. But we don't have a book that we refer to. For example, if you plant in Edo land, once you plant and that thing is germinating, it is against our own cultural laws to go there and uproot those things. So that's one. Then secondly, the moment a house is erected, you cannot go there and begin to destroy them. I understand that our culture is different from our laws, but somewhere there's a place where we marry them together. For example, I know that there are so many places in Nigeria. So when people build on the road, they want to destroy. That portion of the road also because it's government land and all that. That's understandable. But when you now begin to, first of all, when you make laws and begin to destroy people's houses like that, it is very annoying.
It is.
Whether the government is inept, it doesn't know what it's doing. Is the people who are running the state, they are all insane. It doesn't make any difference, because I said it on this station.
That's not an excuse.
Yes, that the Constitution of Nigeria, the Constitution of Nigeria is the ground norm. What that means is that every other law in Nigeria cannot be opposite of the Constitution of the Federal Republic. That is what that means when you hear that everyone says, when you hear lawyers saying the Constitution is ground norm.
They have to follow suit.
That Constitution supersedes every other law that is made in that area, that geographical location that is called Nigeria. And there is nowhere in the Nigerian law that says that when things happen, then you have to go and destroy houses. If there's anyone that think that those things are there, let me know. I think it would be time for those. I know there are so many Edo people, they will challenge that. That law is not known to our constitution. That law that was made by the Edo State House of Assembly is not known. It's alien to the constitution.
They just wake up and they do things that will make them happy.
Yeah, it's alien.
Pass it into law.
It's alien because the state House of Assembly cannot wake up one day and say, okay, fine. If you see someone that looks a certain way or belongs to a political party, just behead him in the street. No, those are not known to our laws. The laws of Nigeria, it's not known. So when I begin to hear some counter argument, those counter arguments I begin to hear is that cultism. I say, yes, those cultists that are out there, the government, they say they want to figure a way to to deal with cultism, that's okay. That's fine. I also heard Okpebholo himself saying that he wants to eradicate cultism. I wish him all the best.
How possible?
Because there is no, I'm not a cultist. I mean, but what I understand is, I understand the sociology around human being. When you have crime, or when crime are being committed everywhere, you cannot say, oh, you want to wage a war against crime, therefore there will be no criminal anymore in your society. No, it doesn't happen. I want to take, if I know Okpebholo doesn't know something like that. There's a group in Peru, they call them the Shiny Path. It was formerly led by Sendero Luminoso, Shiny Path. It was a very deadly gang in Peru. Today you have some of them in Guatemala and all that.
Yeah.
Once upon a time there was a big crackdown in the Philippines by one of their leaders. As far as history is concerned, I have not seen where one government they go against one particular crime or so. You can reduce it. Let us get it clear.
I don't know how he's going to eradicate.
Yes, let us get it clear. I'm not supporting them. You can reduce them to a manageable level. Okay. It's just like what the Israelis are doing. I heard Benjamin Netanyahu say one day, you cannot get rid of
Palestinians.
You cannot get rid of all of them.
Hamas, you can't.
If we get to a point where you have to go back to the same table, you sit with them and negotiate with them. So when you hear these people make some statement because they feel that by so doing, they will get the support of the people. When you break people's houses, it will remain in the memory of that individual and the family members of that individual for so many years. I have said it over and over again on this program that my father told me the activities of the then action group in the 60s. I had no clue, but it stays in my memory. And I come to trace it now in history that this same action group is the same today APC. How they metamorphosed, that's not something that my dad told me. It's me now that over history I'm researching and researching. I come to understand that same action group is today's APC. So we've had. I remember in those days you go to Iyaru, you see the big house there at Iyaru. These people have been existing for a very long time. We have so many other organizations that are out there. You cannot get rid of them 100%.
Okay.
If there are criminals amongst them, you have to figure a way to deal with criminals. And I want to tell our viewers that the Nigerian Constitution, for example, let us say an armed robber. If there's an armed robber, there are punishment for an armed robber. When Babangida came with this 419, section 419 of the Constitution, of his own Constitution at that time, there were punishment for those people who were involved in 419.
Yes.
Every crime that is committed in the society, there are ways to punish them.
The house that they lived in.
So
the culprits themselves.
Yeah. I also heard a counter argument that some of these landlords, they rent houses for I don't know how many millions or so and on and on. See, this APC, I understand that a whole lot of them, I wouldn't say they are senseless. They do have sense, but unfortunately, they feel that they are APC first before they are citizens of Edo State. But for me, I understand that I'm an Edo man before anything. I was born a Benin man. I had no choice. I was born into this world as a Benin man.
That's how it is.
So I have to resonate with the people. There are some certain things that resonate with me. So when I look at what is happening today in our society, you go and destroy people's houses. It's unacceptable. So I urge those people whose houses and stuff have been destroyed, they have to go to court. My fear is that Edo State will be owing a lot when all these court cases are all done. Because I say it again, if there's anyone who watches this program and thinks that yes, what I'm saying is wrong, you can always tag me. All this breaking of houses is against it's unknown to our constitution. You cannot go out there and break people's houses. So punish those people. And let every other person, stay within Edo State peacefully and quietly.
So my question, why you're still on this matter is, now they said they passed it into, I just wanted to marry them. They passed it into the law. There was a bill. It was passed. Oh, now. So does that give Monday the right to destroy? I thought that would give him the right to apprehend and, follow the law.
Yeah,
because there's this thin line that people do not understand here. Plus me, there's a bill that was passed, this kangaroo bill, just to punish the opposition. Now, it has been passed into your kangaroo law. Does that give you the express right to go and demolish?
No, to answer your question
Why
directly.
is he doing it?
Yeah, you see, maybe because I'm emotional, that's why I'm missing some of my points. Because we know what it takes to build a house. Here is anywhere you go.
So if you buy one pack of cement, not one block, how much do they charge now?
Yeah. So again, let us go back and say we are not in a military government where one person wakes up in the morning and you hear the news and they will just say something and say from this day. Sometimes they might even say retroactively. So that is not the era we are in.
But that's what they are doing to
Exactly.
us right
so
now.
When he assented into that bill and he made it a law, what that means is that once you apprehend, you suspect people. So when you suspect people of some certain, you make investigation. You are not even supposed to. It's only in Nigeria that we hear that arrest is made without investigation. When the person is being held, that's when investigations are being made. So when they cannot come up with facts, they begin to
Nigeria, there's no warrant for arrest. After the arrest,
they now hold the person on trumped-up charges. They begin to do investigation. So what that is supposed to mean is that once you have a suspect, maybe you have him in custody or you have him on bail, then you conduct an investigation. Once those investigations they are conducted, what do? You still don't have the power. You take all these issues, you take them to the court. Mm-hmm. When you get to the court, now the judge will now say, fine, this person is actually guilty. I said he is becoming a judge in his own case.
Government.
He's becoming a judge in his own case. So you take it to court, and once they pronounce the person guilty, once the person is guilty, what are the recommended punishment
on that crime?
So I don't think that even the law that he has made now, that the punishment for those for being guilty of those offenses is breaking of houses. I don't think any reasonable house of assembly, there's no assembly anywhere across the world that will say, okay, fine, somebody is guilty of an offense, you go to the person's house and break that person's house. No. So this idea of breaking is unknown to the law. That's authoritarianism.
Okay.
That is,
and
it does not make any sense. And another thing, there's something I want to bring the attention of our viewers to, and that is the individual, that man that went to report the son to the police.
Oh my goodness!
And eventually his house was razed. This is my thinking. I think the government of Edo State has something to hide, because if murder was committed in a house, automatically that house becomes a crime scene. What do you do when you approach a crime scene? First of all, you protect the crime scene.
Right?
You protect the crime scene so that the evidence that will be that are there, they will be protected from being contaminated. So anytime you approach a crime scene, that is why when there's a real investigation, you don't want someone else. You see, even if you are a police officer, especially in the case of murder, a human life has been taken. They are not even supposed to go there without gloves in their hand, because so that they don't contaminate that scene. My question is this: why was the state government in a hurry to go and destroy that place? Are they hiding? Why is it that they don't want?
He wants to show his muscle. He wants to.
So I don't understand why they just hurriedly went over there. And so is there something out there that we don't know?
Can I ask you a question and you give me a candid answer?
Okay.
You're marrying them. Does Monday understand the meaning of forensic analysis?
I don't think he does. No.
Does he know?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, so let's go on.
He is not even supposed to be in that environment. They are experts. They are state apparatus. You have the police. You have a special squad in the police that should be able to do all those investigations. As for example, supposing someone, the individual that was killed, that person should be taken to the morgue by a certain kind of people. I am sure. I don't know today. Doctors they are supposed to be. Police are supposed to have doctors, forensic experts, and many more in case when they go to court.
This is what happens when you carry it and give it to a lady.
Yes. So this idea of something just happened before you know it, the crime scene was destroyed. I mean, what I don't understand the kind of state that they are building. That a crime scene.
It's more or less this.
Human being has been killed, and you are going to charge. And you see, in almost, except in some places in Europe and some states in America and all that, in Nigeria, the punishment for murder is death. So when death penalty is prescribed,
but you don't just kill; you have to still go to court.
Yes,
has to be legal process.
So, you know what? If that individual that killed that person has smart lawyers, because right now the evidence has been destroyed. So if the evidence are destroyed, tell me how you are going to convict that individual. So because now a crime was committed. The parent of the individual came in and said, okay, this is what happened. Instead of protecting the scene so that you begin to gather enough evidence to convict that individual that did that killing, you went there and just erased everything. So once you erase everything, that individual will go to court with a smart lawyer and begin to say, oh, you know what? You bring this, there's none. You bring the other one, there's none. And before you pronounce death penalty on anybody, before you pronounce death penalty on anybody, you have to have enough evidence with no doubt. Because if there's a little iota of doubt, you cannot kill. You have to be 100% sure. You have to ensure that the blood in the scene matches that of the individual that was killed. Maybe that individual now there are some blood stain in his body. Do you want to match the DNA of that blood stain on his body with the one on the crime scene? That way you will be so sure that this individual committed this a crime.
Forensic.
So with all this, when you have a governor who just walked into a crime scene and destroyed the crime scene, I don't know. Honestly, if there's a smart lawyer, that person will be off the hook because there will not be enough evidence to prosecute him.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's just answer some comments here. Let's talk about Nigeria or Nota. When I ask, Dr. Advice, well, no, not until the accused is being convicted. Of course, you do not carry out anything, and it's not by Monday. It's by the law again. Another arm of government that will carry that out to make sure Anthony Ajibola say message here now where Monday Okpebholo is not even following the law they passed. Two key components of that law are knowingly and upon conviction. Don't want not be convicting and now we are where cut and are convict. Answer.
Yes.
When they are not following the law at all. Now there is a guy that reported his son, of which you will call that guy an honest person. He's not an accomplice. He saw what was not supposed to be done. He went to the law. And Monday came back with a bulldozer and destroyed his house. We this not hold other parents now, like other people, in fact, parents, whatever, anybody that sees any crime, would you be able to go and report now?
Of course not.
Of course not. You're going to hide it. Because destroy.
Exactly. And another thing that I was speaking, because before I digress into that, I heard some of them say, okay, they that it was okay to do such a thing, and on. That now you are having landlord, they are charging 1 million, 2 million in whatever. I don't know where. If you are a landlord,
is that the reason for demolition?
If you are a landlord in Benin City.
No, sir. Wait. I don't get there. I don't get your. Or maybe when you go on, I will understand. So because they are charging that high rate, is that the reason for demolition?
Okay. What this individual was talking about is that, APC, they speak from the two sides of their mouth. Yes. So what he was trying to put up an argument that who in Nigeria can pay 2 million in a house, or 1.5 or 800 or 1 million or something like that. So it's only Yahoo boys, people. Something like that. That's what he was saying. That they are the only people who can pay this amount of money. So therefore, you should not rent out your house for. I said, first of all, I am very optimistic that individual has not been able to pay. He doesn't have a toilet built in Benin City.
Someone at that.
Yeah, that's one. Then secondly, if must everybody stay in a flat? If, for example, you have only 30,000 naira to rent a room in a month or whatever it is, you go and rent the one for 30,000. And thirdly, what brought inflation to Nigeria? What brought inflation in Nigeria is that the government of this APC devalued naira. So when they devalued the naira, then everything became expensive. I remember in the time of even Buhari, a bag of cement was like 2,300, 2,500 and all. Mm-hmm. And as Tinubu came to power, it was 2,000. It was 3,000. Suddenly, when he devalued the naira, what happened? Dangote moved his price to 10, 11, 12, 13. At the time, even bag of cement was
15,000 naira.
15,000. Not only Benin, across Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So when you have these individuals, they talk from the two sides of their mouth. Somebody built a house and he's saying, I'm going to rent it out for 1 million. Okay. If it is, you feel that you don't even go there. If you cannot afford it, the right way.
It's not by force.
Yeah, it's not by force. And another thing is that in Benin City, for those who are landlords in Benin City, we all know what works. These agents, they bring people to your house. Yes, the next thing is for you to scrutinize them. You scrutinize them, and sometimes they lie. Because of the nature of our society, you are not really able to verify some of these things. Yeah, you are not really able to verify. Some of them, they take you. I have seen cases where they take you to even, they say this is their shop. Fine, you don't follow them to work. And if peradventure in the afternoon, he walks over there, and in the night he's a kidnapper.
Who knows?
Someone told me a long time ago that most of these people that are running to sell pure water for you in traffic, he said that at night, some of them are criminals.
Okay.
That they cannot really survive on this pure water that they sell. They run to you and all that. So maybe the landlord have seen that these people genuinely is going out there to go and also sell pure water and whatever. And at night, you cannot follow your tenants around. Mm-hmm. And now these laws are not known to the laws of Nigeria.
Okay.
You cannot make law that is completely opposite of the Constitution of the Federal Republic. That is why they say the Constitution is the ground norm.
The ground norm. Thank you, sir. Thank you, my people. Thank you for coming. And Daddy Festus, and once His Royal Highness, I greet you, sir. Maremana, my web toile, sir. Domo. Thank you, sir. His Royal, we want to greet our chief here. We have one chief here.
Okay.
His Royal Highness, Okpebholo. That's his name. Or Wese Wayabokia. So there's a question on the screen. If you have not liked, guys, this is the right time. Please go help me press the like button and share. So when you share, more people know that I'm online and they contribute and hear the good news. I have been treating this topic back and forth because it's not one size fits all. Before Maketeke questioning, I said last week, it was this week. You know, okay, you want people to go to a police station, go and bring your report to see whether you've been profiled before or not. What if that person is involved in crime and has not been caught? So who will profile that person? Or what if that person is, you know, doesn't have anything there? Who is going to lie to the landlord? Where I'm a kidnapper? That I won't tell you I'm a kidnapper. If I do that kind of a job, I'm not going to tell you because I want to rent your place. So I would definitely lie about it. So now Monday wants the onus to be on the landlord and not the tenant to find out, you know, to know what their tenant is doing, which is impossible. Even your own family. Or if you are dot in a way, you know. Do you know what they are doing? How is it possible? When he says he has to eradicate cultism, eradicate kidnapping, no, bring it to, you know, like, try and, I have been talking about this, resensitization. This is what I think. Resensitize us, people, tell them, bring counselors, people to talk to these guys. And so, not by this force of carrying bulldozer. As is bulldozing, people are still killing. They are still doing it discreetly. Last week, there was reports of discreet killings on top of Eminimode Una is going around destroying, and there are discreet finds everywhere, sir. So it is not possible. That's my take. It's not possible. It's going with this in the wrong way. It's just, this is so wrong. Yes. And he's not ready to, he's not willing to, it's not willing to take advice from anybody. Because here, either they think the way he thinks or they talk and he doesn't listen. I don't know which one, because I'm not in that camp. So I'm not going to conclude. I don't know what's going on, but I see that something is not right here, sir. So let's talk about Nigeria. Is asking a question.
I understand. You just made mention of so many things.
A good note. Yeah.
See, what I see here is that your analysis is perfect.
Thank you, sir.
This governor is shopping for excuses. And I always say that
not to work.
Exactly. Excuses is a recipe for failure. For those who want to fail, they keep making excuses. We have so many
pressing issues.
Yeah, we have so many forest villages out there. I know my friend will be watching this program, and he knows that I'll be talking to him. You know, he has his wife, dad, the father-in-law, was what they call in those days CID. These are special units. I don't know. So they have this special units. They investigate crime. So the way Nigeria is today, they are trying to shift the bulk of the blame. All Nigerian politicians are speaking in one voice. You are telling people to go and vote. When you people, you know what to do, but you refuse to do it. It benefits you the way it is. You don't want to change. You don't want to make law. You don't want to reform electoral law. You don't want to do anything. Because if you reform the electoral law and all that, that's the way of trying to make people to believe in the system. And they will go out there and vote. But when you refuse to do that, you have to say, okay, fine, those who didn't vote, they will go to jail. That's authoritarianism, fascism. Now, when you look at these people, what they are saying, what the governor is saying here, the onus is on that's why you have state apparatus. If you have SSS, you have DSS, you have all these things. There are so many, I would love, but I don't know, we don't have time. There are so many forest villages, forest settlements in Edo State. Our indigenes know where they are. Most of these crime and criminalities, our people know where they are. They can point to you. If you go to Orion local government, for example, just go to any of the villages and say, where are these people who are coming to, who are killing people and kidnapping people? There's a forest over there. That's where they live. Go to Ishan Line. Go everywhere. They know where they are living. What is the government response to all these things? Because they want to share money. It pains me as a Benin man. Because there are so many sayings in Benin that say Eduna Gyuko Namino. Edo that conquered 201 towns and villages.
Yeah.
Have upped down to Dahomey. Today, the Edo people, they think that they are a political, they are politicians first before their nationality.
Yeah, before anything.
Which is the Edo inside of them. It's been eroded because of peanuts. Edo all those sayings has disappeared.
Nobody has values anymore.
No.
They don't remember values.
You go and destroy people's houses.
And then they are defending.
And that's crime. It's against the law.
Defending it.
Committing crime. The government is committing crime.
We want to make sure that this government is
because some individuals
by destroying my house.
Yeah, few people are enjoying from the government. Therefore, they say it is okay. They look for excuses for him. No, there are government functions, government institutions that are supposed to be doing so many things. I remember when I was growing up in my small little town there was a lady that was murdered. For those people from my town, they will understand what I'm talking about. This lady was murdered, and eventually, this same group of people called CID of the police, they went into, they were able to fish out those people who committed that murder. And it was a lady that was the chief justice of my town at that time. They were all sentenced to death. That was Nigeria that worked for everyone. Today, we are trying to shop for excuses. It is very, very unfortunate and pathetic. We are living in a lawless society where someone ascribed to himself the powers that are in the Constitution. Let me leave it there.
Okay, sir. So, are you going to just take this question before I move on? Let's talk about Nigeria on Montana. What should we continue in this wrong? It's very, very important in our Obaseki way. So, we are not going to pay blind eye to that. And I've also explained on this platform why Obaseki did what he did to Tony Kabaka. But I think we have to reiterate all the time. So, sir, that question is for you.
Yeah, you see, when it comes to what Obaseki did and what he did not do.
Let me read the question so that people can see here. They always tell us we didn't have right to question Okpebholo because Obaseki did the same thing. My question now is, should we continue in this wrong?
Okay.
Let's talk about Nigeria is asking.
First of all, there's one, I even wrote something to the then TVC when I used to watch them, but I come to understand that they're trying to come out, they're sending out the wrong narrative out there. For those of us, all of us now, Benin people will be. Some of us, Benin people, go to Ubo, go to where Tony Kabaka built that house. Please go there and see. Did he encroach into the road or not? I'm mentioning now that it is in Ubo. Once you get to that intersection, you make a left. When you make a left, Tony's Kabaka's place is on the right-hand side. Please go around there and see. If they destroy the entire house, that is wrong. What is wrong is wrong. What is right is right. But did they destroy the side that was on the road, that made that road, that blocked that road? That's, Edo well, go on there and see for yourself. Yes, when you say he destroyed Adun's house.
Adun's house, Kabaka. Then another destroy Adun. They not boy a center of ring road.
Yes. So the question here is this: because we have a lot of foolish people around us, many of them, they don't understand. If any individual now chose to build on government road, we know that is not done. It's not acceptable to build on government land. We saw Oshomole in some cases. You remember when Oshomole came to power, if you go to that Uselu when you are going to Lagos, on the left and right, they brought the market almost down to the road. So Oshomole came and cleared those things. That is how it's supposed to be. But this one of going to individual houses inside lanes and destroying them, these houses are not on the road. They are not on the road. So we should differentiate.
Shopping mall was on. Was it because of the parking space that he didn't have? because they said it didn't meet specifications.
You know, politicians will always come and say one thing or the other, but when those roads are they there? Were they supposed to be there? Let me say something here for those who don't understand. I don't want to say somebody else. I do have a property in one of those big roads in Benin City. Okay. So what they do?
So now, for Monday's law, now you have to be following your tenant too. Who are you talking to? What are you doing today? Which market did you go? Did you kidnap?
So what I was told that this is when those survey and all those people came, they go and put to the center of that road, the center of the major road. They will stretch it. They say a certain feet. They say, do not build beyond this point, because the government of the day may ignore it, but tomorrow, because most of these roads in Benin City, most of these major roads, I'm not talking, they are supposed to be dual carriageway. The government might come tomorrow and say, we want to expand this road. So if they want to expand the road, that is the reason why they say, do not build beyond this point.
So
exactly. So for me, I see a lot of my neighbors, they are building beyond that point. For me, I say, no. I have been told that this is where it ends. From here down the other way is my property. The other side,
it's for the government. I think you leave so many inches for the road.
Yeah, so many feet.
But I see some people now, says, they go and build they go and put their fence there.
Yeah. Actually, from the center of that road is 150 feet inside.
Okay.
You don't have to touch it. So if peradventure, for those that built on those 150, they built very close to, and tomorrow the governor comes in and is destroying them, I will sit here and take side with the governor. I will take side with the governor because there's a plan already there. The plan is already there that you should not build 150 feet from the center of that road to the end. That's where your property actually starts from.
Okay.
So if I build on it tomorrow, so we have to begin to contextualize all these destructions. So if someone feels that he's very powerful, or today in this same government now, one or two individuals, they feel that they are very powerful, they decided to go and build in areas where they are not supposed to build. If another government comes, they will destroy it.
Exactly.
But I'm totally against the idea of this house, someone committed a crime in this house and you are destroying the house. That's different from, because we have to put all these things in context. So someone building on the road, someone building in areas where they say don't build in. Let me give another example. When you go on you State School of Nursing, Edo State is on Limit Road. On the left-hand side, all the way down to the stadium, Okpebholo already earmarked this area. He marked this whole entire land that people should not build in them.
Already that master plan.
Yes, it's already in the master plan.
Yeah. So if anybody comes up tomorrow and pull it up now,
they will say it's destroying. So it's already there's a plan. Edo State plan says that State School of Nursing. There's Edo State School of Nursing, fine. Stella Obasanjo is on the other side of it. So when you go on the left-hand side, some certain feet that's supposed to be all the way down, including the stadium. Some people don't know that Okpebholo built a stadium to an extent before it was abandoned. So when people go there tomorrow and begin to build, we already know that this is government land. So when people build in them and they are being destroyed, areas that were government land, I understand that. But when an individual builds a house in GRA, someone committed crime, you just go there and destroy the house, it's a no-no. So let us contextualize them and begin to understand why, if a government is doing that, whatever they are doing, please don't build on government road. Okay. So that we don't begin to say, oh, because it's Obaseki, we are taking side with Obaseki. Because I said something about Oshomole. Oshomole, those Uselu area, all the way down to Uniben, those houses on the roadside, he destroyed them so that those were
already... had already put it on that master plan too.
Exactly. So when those houses are being destroyed, so for me, that's okay. That's the law. So you don't encroach into government land and begin to ask for sympathy. Yes.
I stand for that too. You don't encroach.
Yeah. So, okay, NBM. Another question I want to ask is that I don't want to play tribal politics here. How many houses have been destroyed in Edo North? How many houses have been destroyed in Edo Central?
No.
Are there no courts over there? They don't commit crime over
Edo South.
Because these are our Benin speaking people. We're just quiet and begin to see someone come and begin to destroy things.
But they sold their birthright, okay? They have no right to speak again. When Esau was selling his birthright for a small pot of porridge, if a birthright in I think when the first will now become the last. So right now, as I speak to you, our Benin speaking people now, this Edo South, they are down. They are the Edo North is on top of us. It's not as if we want to be tribalistic here, Okpa Mayaki, but we know what it is. The Edo South has been the majority, but right now, Shomole,
yeah, that president, we have no right the president of NBN, he asked a question, and the question is, he said, according to him, I don't know how they work. He said they have a secretariat built in Edo Central, in his local government. He said, has he destroyed it?
No.
Hey, why the one in Benin?
Selective justice.
Anyway.
Selective justice. So Sonny said it's so pathetic that there's no law in Nigeria. The law enforcement agencies don't even know what they are doing, including the confused Waka Waka Monday Okpebholo. Sonny, I will quickly tell you that there are laws in Nigeria. It's just that we refuse to follow. There are laws. Am I lying? Somebody should correct me. I stand to be corrected. There are laws.
There are laws. I guess what I guess what Mr. Sonny Demi is trying to say is that these laws are not observed. I think that's what he meant. Yeah, there are laws in Nigeria. So
okay, yeah. So Ajibola was now answering. Thank you, Ajibola. Thank you, Sonny, for the question. Oh, there are laws in Nigeria. In fact, there are enough good laws in Nigeria. Our problem is not the availability of laws, rather the implementation of the laws.
And that brings me to another question for you. I understand what Mr. Sonny Demi is trying to talk about.
Yeah.
You look at it today, when the way police extort people in Edo State today is second to none.
Oh my God.
No other state in the federation. So the question is this. I spoke about this before. You go out there and you are a police officer, you tell someone to give you 50,000, 100 naira, or this case may be, and you use POS. That's a self-indictment. Everyone should, if there is a thought, if we are in a place, why? If we are in a place where actually that people uphold the law and there are investigations, it is so easy to know who that police officer is. Because if there's money left my account and it went into another account, and these days of a BVN to open up a bank account. So the fact is that there are so many people in high places that are engaging or that are benefiting from all these things. That is the reason why when you report, they cannot find it. If money leaves my account and it goes into your account, we know, we can find out. So these days now, they begin to, we don't have the what it takes. We don't have the political will to make. This administration does not have the political will, both Edo State and in Nigeria. They don't have the political will to do anything.
I just think Monday is covering up. Monday is not ready. It doesn't know what to do anyways. Abu is not ready to work. It's not. They working. Here work your man. Baba Festus said the landlord can help. The onus shouldn't be on the landlord, but the police. There was a time I was asking you that question, and he replied, "Of course, Daddy, this is the right answer. The onus should be on the police, but the landlords can, help lead, help open the lead where in a beg of some illicit again near because of we no the landlord can help, but." The onus shouldn't be on the landlord. Landlord. A landlord did not mind the tenant. How can I be going with my tenant? Okay,
if we go that route,
should be following their nyash.
If we go that route, it's going to take a long time. You know what? Last year, one of my tenants suddenly, I was told here, the last time I went to Nigeria is long now. So I was told here that tenant is not around, and one of the windows was half open. So I decided to investigate. So I found out that this tenant has not been around for 2 months. I was worried.
But on our parents?
No, they pay yearly.
Okay, yearly. Okay, okay.
So this tenant was like, where is this tenant? We called some numbers, the numbers that she provided. Couldn't get to anyone. I said, okay, fine. I told all the other tenants and say, hey, keep an eye and let's see. It got to a point I said, no, I cannot stomach this anymore. I sent the caretaker, go to the police station. You know how much they extorted from me? Until eventually, when we found, they said if anything happens, they were going to charge. That time, it was not the time of Waka Waka governor. So we paid a lot of money. Because I was
just
showing.
to evict?
No, not to evict. They said, oh, we didn't see her. Okay, fine. What do you want us to do? You are supposed to, this is the phone number that was provided. This is the contact address that was provided and all that. You were supposed to do an investigation. No, they said, if we can't find this person, we might end up charging you and whoever was the
caretaker.
No, not caretaker. Those people that brings people to the house.
The agent.
The agent,
yeah. Agent.
They're going to end up charging the agent and all that.
Really?
Yes.
An adult, not past where in the sea.
Yeah. So there are so many things that are out there. I'm not saying that the onus is not on the police, the landlord. There's no landlord.
No, the onus shouldn't be on the landlord, sir. We should try and take this responsibility away from the landlord. The landlord can only supply help.
Exactly.
A lead as the so that's a lead. But you cannot put the onus on me, the whole burden for me to bear it. Where in my daughter a tenancy very court, a tenancy not dot. Yeah, I know where you are going on with your daily activities. Tenant has gone somewhere else. Then how do you now know what that person is into?
Exactly.
Even your own child, that's a thing you always want. Come on,
no,
you don't know. They wear uniforms and they leave home. So what if they don't go to school? What am I there?
It just occurred to me.
You know what? I go to school. I'll be in school, daddy. But I say school.
Yeah, it just occurred to me now that all these things are distractions. They want to distract the people from tracing what they're doing. It's distraction. You look at it. You look at it, for example.
So that you don't think about what they are doing.
They're all distractions. Exactly. When you look at it,
to take our face, our eyes, our minds away from what they are doing. Whenever the case comes up, Monday we find a thing. Excuse me. Now we are hearing about second flyover. So of all the plethora of problems in Edo State, is flyover part of the problems?
Let me do some analysis.
Priority?
Yeah. Some people might like to hear this. I know they said we should talk about Nigeria. I was in Nigeria in the time of Jonathan when they were doing an inquiry into subsidy, and they found out that what basically they were doing was that they go and use a ship. You know, this ship, they have a registration number, like you have a registration number that was made in 1940 something. They take this ship number and they add it to the paper and say 20 million liters was imported into Nigeria, and they go and claim subsidy. Actually, nothing was done. So everyone, I was in Nigeria, I was listening to the TV, I was following it up. That was in the time of Jonathan. So what happened? The government of Jonathan, the government of Buhari, and the government of Buhari, they knew there was corruption in subsidy, but they never had the political will to tackle it. Instead, Oga came and said, subsidy is gone. Because if you tackle the corruption in that subsidy scheme, the Nigerians will be happy and things will go well. But they never had the political will, because not them.
Nigerians should be happy. They don't want that.
No.
They should be happy.
Yes. So this idea of throwing the baby and the bath away,
bathwater,
and bathwater and everything is unacceptable. If there are criminals in Edo State, please deal with those criminals. There are houses where they leave those houses. Take the bad
deal with the culprits.
Yes, take the bad egg out and
deal with it, man.
Yes. Yeah. So these two approach, subsidy, corruption in subsidy. You just went there, you say, oh, no more subsidy, everyone is suffering.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, someone committed crime or so is a criminal. Even we are saying it's allegedly, because none of them has been convicted.
They've not been convicted. Only
exactly. So these people
the opposition. No, this This
on
is the right
allegation.
thing.
Yes, on allegation, you go and destroy their houses. On a
This is
second.
the right thing to do.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Let's quickly go on our second break, and then we're rounding up. We're rounding up soon. We're rounding up. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Edo Pride. We are still here. I greet you. I salute you, my sister. God bless you. Being a brother, nearly I make a mistake. Thank you so much. Thank you. And everyone here that I've not called your name, I greet you specially. Why I like and love. So do you still have any other topic, or we can round up now?
We can begin to round up. Yeah.
We can round up now. Thank you all. Wahemi Natana. So I don't know if there's any question here that I have not taken. I try to take a lot of questions and just incorporate it into our talk. You know, so yeah, there are laws. Our one can never end. I don't think so. That's house matter can never end. Monday should stop destroying houses and stop destroying houses. Take the responsibility away from the landlord's shoulders. The landlords are not supposed to be responsible for what tenant does. He can provide a lead, he can help. You don't just go there and start lying because you're a landlord.
And also,
do that, right?
Yeah, first of all, I want to shout out to my son. I can see my son
your son is here?
Yeah, I just saw. So
I want to shout out to him too. Then you know where you're other here. Okay,
So these small villages that are being erected in Edo State inside the forest, it is maybe another day we will take time to look at them. So let us look at these small villages and camps and tents that they are erecting in Edo forest. That's a big concern.
Small villages?
Yes. When you go to some village inside, for example, let us say, for example, if you go to a place like Inikora, yes. Down inside the forest, you have some small tents.
Okay.
They are emerging. A lot of them are emerging in Edo State. That is worrisome for me.
It is.
It's really, really worrisome.
It is.
That is how, and for example, we might claim that these people, maybe one of these traditional rulers may say, we allow them to be there tomorrow.
Then tomorrow they're not saying
exactly.
They are on their own.
Really? When you look at the problem in Delta State today, I say again, Warri North local government. That's an Edo land. In this world as a whole, if you are landlocked, we spoke about that before. If you are landlocked, you can't really do anything. When you look at today, when you look at Chad, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, they are having a lot of problems because they are landlocked. So what they are trying to do today is try to incorporate Mauritania, because it's only Mauritania that is not landlocked.
That's North Africa.
They are not actually in North Africa. Mauritania, after Senegal in the north, you have Mauritania.
Oh yeah. But not
Laudukun.
What you call it, West?
It's still part of West Africa.
Not West.
Yeah.
Because
it's only Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic that borders Morocco, and those ones can be considered as North Africa.
As North.
Yes. Even the Moroccan will not accept that Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic is North Africa. So that worry enough local government, because INEC is trying to go back again and restructure it, do a redistricting. That's the better word. I don't know what they call it in Nigeria. They call it redistricting for political purpose. For us to, and Justice Ways in 1983 already have given, that's a Supreme Court judgment, giving that area to Edo people. I don't know why our people are sitting quiet. So enough of all this. Our Edo land, we should begin to say we are the owners and begin to learn what happened. Because I see this particular government. He does not understand what Edo means. He does not know who we are. He does not have an understanding of the Edo people. Yeah, he claimed that he's the son of the soil and stuff like that, but I don't, from when you look at his antecedent, it does not seem that he really understands Edo. The Jaretenebes of this world, the Oshomole, these are people who never lived in Edo State. They were always outside. They came in and they really don't know what Edo means.
They came in and they're calling other people Oriobi.
So I think that
a stranger.
These small tents that they are building in our forest, it has to be addressed.
Okay.
If honestly our traditional institutions, I think they're sleeping on duty. These are things that are not supposed to be happening at all. Because tomorrow it will come back to bite us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, my people. I'm sure you guys know that the appeal case is still on for Aswe, and on my phone they just resumed the case. They opened up the case this week. No work birana, and we are still in support for Aswe. We see there. Thank you guys. I know that you guys have done a lot. You did so much for us by contributing to Aswe. We gave you an account. We gave you an account, and you people did a lot. So I just want to say shout out to everyone that has contributed. But if you are yet to do it, go ahead. It's never too late. If you've done before and you want to do it again, this is the account, Sterling Bank. We are still on it. The case, the appeal case has started. There will not be calling of the witnesses and all of that. Error is just, present your case and then they tell them the date for the judgment. So we are hoping, like that guy said just now, sir, that when we keep going to that same court, one day they will rise up and do what is right. Let's keep going there because we have no other place to go right now. If you take it outside of Nigeria, they'll tell you that's not the jurisdiction. Exactly. So you have to maintain what the law says. It's a pity that they don't follow the laws. There are rules, there are laws in Nigeria, but we are not implementing them. And you're the problem now. So we are still there. We are still with Aswe, and I don't want you guys to lose focus. Some people come to my DMs on my platform to tell me, shame, madam, enter house. You know the shame. Hide yourself in shame. My brothers and my sister. This kind of face will find so now they say me I hide in shame. Why will I hide in shame when I'm saying the truth? So we should be bold enough to stand by what we believe in. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes. We should be bold enough. Imosemi Anthony, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good weekend. So we should be bold enough to stand by what we believe in. We should not be ashamed of speaking the truth anywhere, anytime, any day. This is what I believe in, and this is my course. So you can follow a account in Reva. No, donate or Reva ni nuwa. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to let you go, sir, so that I can also.
I just want to throw something here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have something else?
Yeah, not really something else. I just want to
continue.
I understand, like those people say that we should keep going to Nigerian courts. Let us still believe.
Yes, or keep going. One day they will rise up and do the right thing.
I will use South Africa as an example, because the change that we are talking about, like you alluded to, we are not going to go elsewhere and bring change. That change is going to come from within. The change is going to come from within. If you remember, the change that Russia got, it came from Gorbachev. Gorbachev was a KGB, and he was part of them. But when he became the president of Russia, after the USSR was dead and now it was Russia, he said, Perestroika and Glasnost is dead. Those were their old economic policies that kept Russia into that socialist enclave where you cannot really do anything. He killed it. But that reforms that changed Russia for today came from within, did not come from America. If you look at South Africa, Mandela was sent to jail and so many things. But when you look at the likes of Botha, when he became president of South Africa, he said, we have to allow these people to vote. So that change came from within. Even within the APC ranks, there are still some good people out there.
There are.
Exactly. Within, there are so many APC people out there who are not happy to see that we are where we are going into.
We are upside down.
Yes. So that change, I still believe it, that there are so many of those judicial activists within the bench in Nigeria. I'm very, very confident that Aswani Ighodalo will win and come back.
Okay.
Because one of the questions that was asked.
Opuzodima won at Supreme Court.
Yeah. So one of the questions that was asked was that at the tribunal level, you took this evidence, all the exhibit that we have, it was admitted as an evidence. So these exhibits were taken from us. They were not dismissed, but you took it from us and admitted it. So once you admit it, so when you were making your judgment, you didn't make reference to some of them.
No.
Not some, you didn't make reference to them. There were so many things that you don't even need to bring a witness. If you follow what the Supreme Court, the judgment that they rendered in the past, you're not supposed to, it's not everything. Like, for example, CTC or some of those things in Divas. So I have hope, and I hope that one day we will all come here and we will rejoice. Those Gorbachev and the Botha, they are still in the bench. Victory is coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Victory is coming. Joy is coming. Victory is coming. Let's keep going to that state court. Domosa, I'm going to talk to you on the phone, over the phone.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. And I want to say bye to our viewers.
We have a good one ahead.
Hey, all right. Appreciate
it. God bless you. My people, una well done. See area mama here now. Now this kind of face, they say make I hide. Why you hide the face now? It's a matter. We matter go and hide your face. If we my money really man be boy. Yeah, Ajibola, I go tell Ajibola make you go beat her for me. Go beat her where? You bagona. Kime ku where I hide the face. When you me waje na. Check him out. So hide with him. Now crazy worry the moon and no 19. So you killed them. So now your papa did there just now. I wish I saw your face. God bless you. Imosi Anthony, let's talk about Nigeria. You do well. Benny here, I not see you again. Daddy Festus, Daddy His Royal Highness, Dr. Advice. I see you now. Where? Today now go now every day go. So make I just sing our class prefect song. We not ever come up for here without singing. You know that is our culture. Maybe we sing that quick. We are making now go. I don't think that class prefect pay for work. I say it's not life for our life.
Opanoze we memawu Any do the moment when Opana Zawi Memia. Oh, my love, any do the moment when it's no way mosa. Warulega deo. Nado pomosa. Eteli ni we mosa. Baby numela tiao. Naya pomosa. Rundo samba ogema o. Oyame wamo. Oye me serena. Uyo we o baba.
More because I want to go somewhere and get appointment. So I'm make una be around for me say happy case day. We pray for judiciary to do the right thing. It's the thing. There are laws. Now implementation that is the problem. Ajibola don't talk and just now. There are laws in Nigeria. It's to now implement it because when the people in office, you see the corrupt leaders, because it will not suit them, they will not talk about it. They go pick the one way suit them for inside. They go they do it. The one way not suit them, way not go benefit them, they're not they do it. That's why they say laws not there. Laws there, plenty. The books that na so be we say things die. But the thing is say we get corrupt leaders when we say they are above the law and the poor ones like us, they are below the law. Or see everyone now where there are no laws in Nigeria. There are laws. We know, me and you, we know, say laws dey. So, God na put am for mind say, happy case don start, and we still dey pursue wetin we dey pursue. If you ma phone agbameo, our lawyer. If you ma phone agbameo, Johnny James, area mama, help me greet His Royal Highness. Ibie Okpebholo, that is a friend is here. Yeah. I don't hear Baba since. I don't hear Baba, but I don't see him again, but I don't hear Lamb. If you watch the video again, you go say I don't hear him. I say, oh, so we don't go now. I'll come back tomorrow. Yes. No say I dey drop videos. If you don't know say I dey drop short videos, if they there, oh, go watch. Now for all of us to watch and grow with the truth. I beg, look now, if we dey share my video. I gbọ́ àwọn now. Truth that we dey talk, and I will never stop saying the truth. So even if you use Zolo, they close on my mouth. I go from here still dey talk am. Or I go dey use a symbol, you know, that language sign. Say they talk and say na truth. I want to talk. I say, Ajibola, special thanks to you. Oga of the house, second Oga of the house is Ajibola. Special thanks to you, man. God bless you. God bless everyone. Bye bye. I'll see you soonest.
Beautiful Edo, glorious Edo, you're the heartbeat of